Boys and girls, welcome back from the ad break. Before we broke for the ad break, we put up this question here and we said determine the equation of the circle. So I said copy and paste the process. Let's see how well you did during the break. Okay, it was fine. You didn't need to give the answer back into expanded form. So let's get started. So all you had to do here now is go and say x minus x1 squared plus y minus y1 squared is equal to r squared. So what do we have? We got x minus 4 squared plus y minus 6 squared is equal to r squared, 8 squared, which is equal to 64. If the question wanted you to get it into expanded form, how would you get it into expanded form? X squared minus 4 times 2 minus 8x plus 16 plus y squared, that's a 6, minus 6y times 2 minus 12y plus 36 is equal to 64. So we got x squared minus 8x plus y squared minus 12y. 16 plus 36, 52 is equal to 64 minus 52. So we got x squared minus 8x plus y squared minus 12y is equal to 12. And there we go. If they wanted you to say the d value on the or the c value on the opposite side, you just take the 12 on the opposite side, which would have become then obviously negative 12. Right, so this is your type 1 or part 1. There are only 4 parts of circle analytics, and the first one is determining the circle if the center and the radius is given. What if the center and a point is given and the radius is not given? So now we are doing part 2. So like we said, there are only 4 parts to it. So hopefully by the end of today's episode, you should be fully conversant with circle analytics, because everything, whatever questions will happen or that will appear or you will be faced with in the exam, whichever challenge you'll be faced with, will be within the sphere, within the boundaries or the constraints of these 4 subsections in circle analytics, which was the first one, where finding the equation of a circle whose center is not at the origin and the radius is given. Now what if the radius is not given? So type 2 is if the radius is not given. So they give you a circle, they give you the center, and they tell you that there is point 3 and 5, and they give you another point here and they call that point B. They say a circle with center M, 3 and 5 has a point B, 12 and 8 on the circumference. Find the equation of the circle. So question, find the equation of the circle. Worth 5 marks, 5 to 6 marks. Question, answer. That's given in the exam. Right. In order for us to find the equation, that's the equation of the circle. x1, y1. Do I have x1, y1? Yes, I do. x1, y1. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Do I have r? Do I have my radius? No, I don't. Can I find my radius? Yes, I can. And how am I going to do that? Join the 2 dots. Okay? You join the 2 dots, and that's a straight line. And obviously, we're now going to do, this here will be your radius. So now, how do I find the length of the radius? We use our distance formula. So step number 1, you're going to use the distance formula to find the radius. So all you're going to do now is you're going to say MB is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. You could use the distance formula, or you could plug in x1, y1, and x and y in order to give you your r. You could have, whether you wanted to use that formula on the top or you use this formula here at the bottom, it makes absolutely no difference. In both cases, you will be getting your radius. Let's see. MB is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1, so it's 12 minus 3 squared, plus y2 minus y1, 8 minus 5 squared. So MB is equal to the square root of 12 minus 3 is 9, 9 squared is 81, plus 8 minus 5 is 3, 3 squared is 9. So MB is equal to the square root of 90. So here we go, we know MB is the square root of 90. That's my radius, right? Radius is equal to, that's your radius. Okay, we now go, the question said find the equation of the circle. So that's was step number 1. Step number 2, we now go into the equation of a circle whose center is not at the origin. X minus x1 squared plus y minus y1 squared is equal to r squared. And what do we have? X minus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to r squared root 90 squared. So x minus 3 squared, just remove the square, x minus 3 squared plus y minus 5 squared is equal to square and square root will cancel out. You are left with 90. And there we go. You will get yourself 5 marks for that. Step number 1, use the distance formula to calculate the radius. Step number 2, find the equation of the circle whose center is not at the origin using its formula. So this was type 2. So what was type 1? Quick recap. Type 1, the center was given and the radius was given. Type 2, the center is given, radius not given, and a point. So here it's center and a point. Let's now go on to type 3. What if the final answer was given and they asked you now to find the equation of the center of the circle, to find the coordinates of the center of the circle and the radius. So type 3, we're now almost at the end. We are type 3 of 4. Once this is done, circle analytics is done.